Today's lesson, the book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 8. The Lord said this. Will a man rob God? Will he?
Have you ever been in a situation where you're up in church, that music is playing, and the pastor started reading Malachi 3 and 8, will a man rob God? And then you know how your pockets are. You know you don't really got the money, feeling kind of bad and all of that, but then you think to yourself, man, I don't want to rob God. Well, today, this video is for a person just like you. We're going to show you your pastor has been lying to you all of this time.
So he's been pimping. The book of Malachi, chapter 3 and verse 8. Will a man rob God? Yet ye have robbed me. But ye say, wherein have ye robbed thee? In tithes and offerings.
So this is the verse right here where everyone starts to feel guilty, start to feel bad when you don't have money. You're trying to make a decision like, hey, my baby needs shoes. Or, I don't really have any food at the house. But hey, if I give this money to the tithes and offerings, then I'm going to get this blessing. So you start feeling guilty. You start feeling bad. You start giving money that you really don't have, but you have all that hope that if I give this, hey, this money going to be pouring out the sky. I'm going to get this blessing that I deserve or I get because I'm giving all of this money. And it's really like a doctrine of paying your way into heaven.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what they're preaching. Hey, give this money, keep giving this money, and God is going to bless you. So many blessings, you're not going to be able to hold it in.
So many blessings.
It's going to be overflowing.
Talking about that million mansion that's in the kingdom of heaven, right?
Yes.
That's what you're paying your way into. Like it's a resort.
That's what they're making it seem like.
Wow. Does it say that in the Bible?
No, we're about to find out if it says that.
Okay. Verse 9. Ye are cursed with a curse, for ye have robbed me, even this whole nation.
So it says you are cursed with a curse because you have robbed God. But key to this says, even this whole nation. Why the pastor never tell us what this whole nation means? Talking about America? So we're in America. Is he talking about me not giving the pastor tithes? Am I robbing all of America?
That's right. Yes, you are. Tithe and taxes, brother. Pay up.
We got to start paying attention to these words and asking questions. Why does the end of it say even this whole nation?
Context.
Yes, got to keep it in context. All right.
Verse 10. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house.
So it says bring all the tithes to the storehouse. A storehouse is where you store stuff.
Correct.
And it ain't talking about your bank account.
You sure?
Because it says meat. Meat is something that you eat.
It is.
So we're talking about storing meat or foods in a storehouse. It's not talking about money in a bank account. And I know some people probably getting upset when you hear this and you don't believe it because it's probably the first time you're hearing this. But hey, that's where you start to gain knowledge when you start to listen and you don't put your emotions into it. When you hear something that you don't like, because you're never going to get any growth if you don't listen to something that you've never heard before, and then start trying to figure out, investigating, is it true? Have I been lied to? And if you have been lied to, even with that, you still got to keep your emotions in check. Can't get angry. Just saying, hey, I got caught up that one time. I'm not going to let that happen again.
Most important thing, ask why. Hey, can you show me in the Bible where it says I need to give you 10% of my income, my money? Can you show me where that is in the Bible, Pastor? Might have a problem.
Oh yeah, he's not gonna show you that. I'll get back to you.
What seems to be the problem? I mean, is it too much? Just give me what you can. Verse 10 again. Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me. Now herewith saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out the blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
See that last part right there, that gets people. like, man, if I get my tithes, I'm going to be blessed so much. It's going to be pouring out so much. I'm not going to be able to receive it.
Like that. You know what I'm saying?
But what is this windows of heaven is talking about? It's like these key words. You can't just read over stuff and just hear someone saying something that sounds good to your spirit. No, I'm like, what is this window of heaven that's going to be opened up? Let's find out what the Bible is talking about. Let's go to Genesis.
In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open.
So, same word here. Windows of heaven were open, but this is talking about in the days of Noah. Let's see what happened when those windows opened up. All right.
Verse 12, and the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights.
So the windows of heaven opened up is talking about clouds. Clouds producing rain. Not windows of heaven about all these blessings because you give me money, God is going to bless you with more money. Why does God need you as a middleman? But that's the windows of heaven talking about. It's talking about it's going to rain.
That's right.
Rain. Now we started putting that together. We read earlier where it talks about the storehouse and meat going into food products that you grow. It's going to animals, but it's also talking about things that you grow and gather these things up and put it in the storehouse. To be able to have that stuff, you need rain. All right, let's go back to Malachi.
Bring ye all the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be meat in mine house, and prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open you the windows of heaven, and pour you out a blessing, that there shall not be room enough to receive it.
So the Lord said, prove him. Prove him. If you do what you're supposed to be doing when it comes to these tithes, he said he's going to bless you. He's going to open up the windows of heaven so that it rains, and the blessing is going to be so much you're not going to be able to receive it. It's going to be overflowing out of that storehouse. He's going to bless you so much with the rain and the protection that you need for your crops that you're not going to be able to keep all the products that you're going to grow.
Right.
How do we know that? Verse 11.
And I will rebuke the devourer for your sake.
What's the devourer? Those things that go out and kill your crops. Whenever you try to grow something, just watch what happens when you try to grow stuff. You got birds, you got snails, you got all type of animals, you got moths, you got worms, all these things that are going to devour your crops. But God said, hey, if you do what you're supposed to do, pay your tithes and offering, I'm going to give you rain. I'm also going to protect you from the devourer. All those things that are trying to destroy your crops, I'm going to protect you from your crops being destroyed. All right.
And I will rebuke the devourer for your sakes, and he shall not destroy the fruits of your ground. Neither shall your vine cast her fruit before the time in the field, saith the Lord of hosts.
So that's what it's talking about when he's saying he's going to bless you for giving tithes and offerings. He's talking about tithes and offerings being those things that you grow. He's going to bless you so much that that's going to be overflowing. So now let's get some more proof about what tithes actually is according to the Bible. That we've been lied to all of this time. We've been told that tithe is 10% of my earnings, my paycheck.